Hey everyone, welcome to the second part of our Belize travel vlog. Elizabeth and I had the opportunity to go travel to Belize for about a month in February of 2021, so a pretty recent trip, and we had the time of our lives. This is the second part of a series of videos about our trip. If you missed the first one, there are some helpful pieces of context about why we picked Belize and all that, so good to check that one out if you haven't already. But if you're coming back and you already saw the first one, thank you so much for coming back to see this video. We're going to talk about a couple things that we did in the inland area of Belize, so all kind of centered around San Ignacio. It was unbelievable. I wish we had spent more time in this area. I can't emphasize enough that this is a place that you have to spend some time if you travel to Belize. We're going to put an index of all the different activities in the description, so if there's one particular thing you're looking for and you just want to skip right to that, just go down to the description. So with that, we'll get right into Vanilla Hills.
So in phase 2 of our trip, we wanted to stay somewhere a little more central to San Ignacio, which is kind of like the hub for a lot of activities in Belize. So we picked Vanilla Hills Lodge. Mark found it online. It looked amazing. It's run by a German expat couple and the property is just absolutely beautiful. We actually ended up splurging a little bit and going for the cool tree house that they had built. I'm gonna play the footage in just a second of our little hotel room tour.
So another reason we ended up going with the Vanilla Hills Lodge was the expert knowledge of the area that the host had. So the hostess, when we told her we didn't have a whole lot planned, she sat us down and helped us plan the most incredible itinerary for the time that we had. There were some things that we would have missed out on that were unbelievable lifelong memories that we totally would have skipped if we hadn't had her guidance and her input. So she was essential to us planning out a really good itinerary. So that's another great reason to pick this place. This is just incredible. We have made it to our wonderful second accommodation here in Vanilla Hills Lodge, and it is unbelievably gorgeous. Like, I just can't get over this. You can see the light coming in, kind of the sunset. Sun's getting ready to go down. So we're gonna enjoy this view and get settled in and maybe go swim in the pool. Yeah. And just kind of like sit in awe of our own little private jungle right here. This is incredible. It's so thoughtfully designed.
Did you show the shower?
Oh yeah, I gotta show the shower. Little indoor outdoor shower action right there. Just open up this glass door and then you're in the shower.
Outside.
It looks like one of those rain showers, babe.
Oh my gosh. So I don't know if you can tell, but there's no glass in the outer part of the shower. It's completely outside.
Reminder, before we get into the next topic, we had a rental car while we were there. Just about everything we did was something that we could drive for ourselves, the first of which is an incredible Mayan ruin called Caracol.
Caracol is one of the sites that is way out there. I think it took us about a 3-hour drive to get there.
At least a 3-hour drive.
Our hostess, she was super helpful. They arranged for us to have meals that we could pack to take with us because there are no restaurants out there. You are way out there.
You are deep in the jungle.
Yeah, she told us you need to leave by this time. You need to be there, you know, at an early time so that you're not driving back in the dark through the jungle, which could potentially be dangerous and not something you want to do. So
there are jaguars.
Yeah, there are animals out there. So yeah, we listened to this incredible podcast. I just want to mention this really briefly because I feel like it really enriched our time there at Caracol. What was the podcast called?
It was called Fall of Civilizations, and this episode was on the Mayan civilization.
It was amazing. It gave us just some great
historical context of
yeah.
what we were getting into, because we didn't end up going with a tour guide. When we got to the site, we were the only people there, which was unbelievable. We can't emphasize how incredible it was to have this Mayan site all to ourselves as visitors. It was an unbelievable experience, and it wasn't as eerie as you might think. I mean, we still felt pretty safe because there were guards there, but I mean, we were up on this pyramid at the very tip top of it, and there's not another soul around us. If you're going to travel right now, you might be able to experience that too. I'm not sure, you know, how much traffic is coming back into the country right now, but definitely an experience of a lifetime. We have the ruins all to ourselves. This is Caracol. It is just absolutely incredible. What do you think, babe?
This is crazy. So on the way back from Caracol, there is this spot called Rio On Pools. It's basically like this waterfall that comes and fills all these different pools, and you can swim in them.
I just love swimming holes, and this is probably the best swimming hole I've ever been to.
The main area there is super safe. I felt super comfortable to be in these different swimming holes. There's a bunch of them that you can go in, but just want to be careful not to go too far out. There's slippery rocks, rushing water. Just be careful.
So another one of the major inland adventures we did was something called ATM Cave. I'm not even going to try to pronounce what ATM stands for, but most people know it as ATM Cave. And basically what this is it's a Mayan site deep within a cave. I think it's like a mile or two that you have to walk into this cave, and it's a flooded cave, so part of it's swimming, part of it's walking, and there's a Mayan sacrificial site, so a lot of pots and broken pottery and artifacts that are just in place right there, feet away from you. We weren't planning on doing it originally, and we're so glad we did.
When I first heard about the ATM Cave, I thought it was going to be a little too adventurous for someone like myself, but I am so glad that we did it. I think it was probably one of, if not my absolute favorite thing that we did while we were in Belize. I wish that we had footage of it, but there are a couple reasons that we don't. One being that you're not allowed to bring cameras into the cave, and two, you're swimming for a lot of it. So just keep that in mind. You won't get pictures, but it was just such a cool experience. So one of the days while we were at Vanilla Hills, we decided to just do a day in town in San Ignacio. There are many activities that you can do just right there in town. One of the first things that we did was to go to the, I believe it's called Green Iguana Conservation Project. They just take you into the iguana enclosure there, and it was super fun. We got to hold the little baby iguanas. We got to learn a lot about iguanas from the guide that gave us the little tour, and it was just a really fun stop. That was one of the things that I really wanted to do in Belize, was just to hold a cute iguana.
One of them licked Elizabeth.
Yeah.
In a really adorable
I put it right
way.
here. It was so cute. I didn't even realize that he licked me until I was looking back through my videos and pictures from the day.
So one of the other activities that we did while we were in town was the AJAW chocolate tour. It's spelled AJAW. I think I have the pronunciation right, but I could be wrong. That was just kind of a fun casual tour. I think it was maybe about an hour long at the store, where they show you how the chocolate is made according to some of the traditional processes, and you get to try a couple different bits of the plant itself. We bought some chocolate at the end, but that was a fun little thing that we'd recommend doing if you have some time. So one of our favorite things about being able to go travel to Belize was trying new foods, and one of the most recommended restaurants was called the Guava Limb.
The food was absolutely delicious. I think my one regret actually about this trip is that we didn't go back to Guava Limb again. It was so good, and it was just a really cute spot, really nice atmosphere, and we really enjoyed it. So if you do a trip to Belize and you do a day in town, another thing that you can do is the Cahal Pech, I think is how you say it, a Mayan site right there in town. We didn't end up getting to do it. We tried, but we got there after closing, so that was one that we missed, but I've heard that's a good one to stop at. And then at the end of our day, we ended with just going on a drive through the jungle. One fun thing about traveling with Mark is that he just loves to drive and go down different roads.
And if you want to find that road, it's the road to the ruin site called El Pilar.
So I think it was a Saturday morning, we decided to stop at the farmer's market, which was a really cool experience. I don't think we have any footage of it, but it's definitely worth a stop, and we picked up some produce.
Yeah, so that pretty much wrapped up our time in San Ignacio. Like I said, I wish we had spent more time there. It was incredible. We actually ended up going up north because there's a couple things that we wanted to see. There's a beachside ruin site called Cerros, and that was really cool. We had a fun drive. We drove through a bunch of sugarcane fields, which is pretty unique. We got to the ruins at Cerros. It was beautiful. It was really cool, again, being the only people at this is a much smaller ruin site, as a lot of the stuff is just unexcavated, but there is one really cool small pyramid right on the beach, and then a couple others nearby, and so that was a lot of fun.
So that night in Corozo, we got the recommendation from somebody at our hotel to go to Corozo Blues, is what it's called. And it's this really cool restaurant. It's right on the water. And our table was literally like feet from the water. We got the most incredible key lime pie ever. We tried to have key lime pie since then, and it just, nothing has compared. It was so good. So I really recommend that place. They had a huge menu. They had all kinds of stuff.
So while we were visiting Corozo, we stayed at a hotel called the Almond Hotel. Really cute spot right on the beach. Beautiful rooms. Pretty simple, you know, nothing crazy, but it was a gorgeous location. They have a really cute pet coati who we got to meet. We'll put a little video in right here. Definitely was not expecting that. You know, we really wanted to see one while we were down there, and that was the only one that we saw. But it was really fun because we got to get up and close with her.
She was super sweet and friendly, and they told us we could pet her, and she just ran right up to us, and it was really fun.
All right, we're saying farewell to our little beachside hotel room in Northern Belize. It's a cute little room. I really like the ceiling. It's got a little kitchenette, cozy bed. Great location, so beautiful, right on the water. It's hard to see, it's a little gray outside. But beautiful beachside location. And now, where are we off to, babe?
We're off to Key Conquer. So we're gonna go down, drop off our rental car, and then take the ferry over to Key Conquer. But also, I wanna show the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
The bathroom's really cool. So last night, I was already asleep. And Mark was frantically trying to find the light switch in the bathroom. He's like, babe, I can't find it. I can't find it. He was kind of freaking out. And I got up.
True story.
Like,
it's because she's little.
yeah, but I really like this bathroom. The whole style of this place is really cool.
Kind of a Spanish style.
I think the sink is really pretty. I like these steps up to the shower. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
And then the shower.
And with that, we're off.
That is going to be the end of part 2 of our trip to Belize. Keep an eye out for part 3, which will be the final part, and that's going to be covering our trip to the islands. So we went to Key Conquer and San Pedro, and so that'll be in the next video. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you were able to find some helpful tidbits in here, and if you like this video, if you could please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and we'll be back really soon. So the Guina
Isn't she cute?
So
it is a good restaurant. I liked going to this restaurant.
you just go in and you go on this little tour of their...
They had good food at this restaurant. Can I just say this is so fun? Like, I love doing this.
Sing this.
Do you want me to get it started and take it?
Yeah.
I like the French fries. I like the pasta.
Oh my God.